All right, cheers, 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 and welcome to all my good friends. Welcome to Happy Hour. We're now on episode number 52, where week by week I'll do my best to answer all of your stock market related questions. Now, if you're sitting there at home and you're saying to yourself, I don't like your questions, I've got some really good questions. You got some stuff that you think the trading community would benefit from you, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to take that question and I want you to send it to support@thelincolnlist.com. This is the email. I'll do my best to put them on these episodes. If I don't, I'll at least get back to you and answer your question. Also, don't forget the weekly shameless plug would be that if you guys are trying to align yourself with a professional trading community, you want to take your trading to the next level, right here's a link to our live trade room. It's also down in the description box, but you click this link, it takes you right to our live trade room and you can start trading with us live. So if you're sitting there as well at home, you're like, man, I need some help. I want to be a pro trader. I want to make a career out of trading. I want to be at another level. Then click the link. That's what you got to do. So let's not waste any more time. I got a good slate of questions. I'm keeping it light today in the glass. Well, that's light for me. But I got a good slate of questions, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. All right, question number one. Thanks, Doug, for the last video. It cleared up many of my questions. I have one last one. I promise. This is the last one, okay? What do you think are the best strategies to use in day trading? As I'm starting out, I want to focus on the ones that work the best. That way, I'm not wasting any time with unnecessary strategies. Now, as most of you know, we do not discuss strategies that much in Happy Hour. That's not what this kind of format is. We have the stock market mutterings where we kind of go over charts and chart setups and stuff like that. This is really to deal with the psychological aspect of trading. Therefore, you may be asking yourself, why'd you put this question in? This is by far the most popular question is about trading strategies. And this is what I want everyone to understand. There's no right or wrong way to do a trading strategy because you can basically come up with anything that you want or any way that you feel like you want to initiate an entry and an exit. What if there is a right way and a wrong way to do in trading, which some people may disagree with that statement, is that psychological part is how do I manage? How do I control my emotions? How do I not revenge trade? How do I not chase stuff? You know, how do I obey my rules and follow my trading plan? That's what's really important. But because it comes by so much, I kind of want to answer it this way and talk about something. And that is, when you're going through a trade strategy, this is something that every trader is going to have to take time to develop their own unique strategy that fits their behavior. Because in theory, all of us, every single trader in the world, practically, that's a technical analysis trader, I should say, it doesn't count fundamental traders, but all of those are trading three basic types of trades. There might be one or two different, but three basic types of trade. You're either trading a breakout, you're either trading a breakdown, or you're counter trend trading. That's shorting a stock as it's going up or buying a stock as it's going down. It's going to be one of those three. Now, how you choose to do those three, there's 1,000 different ways for each. So for example, let's say that you're trading a breakout. When a stock breaks out, sometimes people will just buy the first couple of green bars. I'm talking about technical analysis, obviously. Sometimes a trader will wait after that first initial move for the stock to pull back, build a base, maybe around a moving average or a VWAP, some of the stuff that we've talked about in whiteboards and stuff like that, and then they will buy it. Other traders will choose to wait for it to pull back, base, then make a new high, and then buy it then. Is there a right way and a wrong way to do it? No. Each one of those strategies has a positive and it has a negative. What you have to do as a trader is decide which one fits your personality. Which negatives can you deal with and which positives do you want out of those trades? It has to fit your behavior. It has to fit the way that you want to do business and it has to fit your way to plan. So to answer this question, you're not wasting your time by learning a strategy. If you don't know, if you're not convinced with the strategy that you currently have, then you need to explore other alternatives that fit. That's why I've always said, you can come into my trade room and I may be able to make something work perfectly, but you may never understand it. The second thing is maybe you do understand it, you can't execute it like I do. Now that doesn't make you a bad person. You may have something like a strategy or something that I wouldn't be able to understand, that I wouldn't be able to execute. Again, we all have our own specific niche when it comes to trading. We don't trade everything. We don't know everything about the market. We just focus on what it is that we know, and then we try to become professional with what we know and do the very best that we can by controlling our emotions. Again, this is why we talk about the psychological part, because if it's a strategy that you know and you've used, even if it's throwing darts, man, if it's a strategy that you know and you've used and it's been back tested, then when you have a little bit of a drawdown or when the stock's being stingy, You know exactly what you're supposed to do. As a trader, you've been through this 1,000 times. You know what you're supposed to do. If you just blindly follow something that I say or another trader says, it's not something that you do, and the stock starts to put you in a bad predicament, you don't know what to do. And then sometimes when you don't know what to do, you don't do anything at all, and you end up losing a lot of money. I kind of hope that makes sense for everybody. So to answer this question straight, there is no one best strategy. Nobody has it. It's what works for you and what you can find to work in the market. And trust me, if you find something that works for you, don't listen to another person. Please don't ever change it. Like we say, it's tough to make it in the trading business. And if you find something that works, stick with it. So you're not wasting your time, man, if you're learning stuff. If you don't have something that's solid, continue to learn until you find that thing that you like. Then spend all your time making that one thing work and work for you. So I hope that answered the question. Let's move on to number 2. Okay, question number 2. I need more Chimp. Don't we all need some more Chimp? Hey, Doug, wanted to say how much I enjoyed the Chimp Paradox Happy Hour. It's by far the best that you have done. Why, thank you very much. I've read this book through and through already, and I love it. Do you have any other trading books like this that you recommend? Now, I did a post a long time ago about some popular trading books. I'm going to post it somewhere here on the screen if you want to. Go ahead and check that out. Now, as I've said, I am guilty for being a person that does not like to read and pretty much does not read whatsoever. However, when this Chimp Paradox thing that we did, that happy hour, maybe I'll post that link up here somewhere if you didn't get a chance to see it. It was one of the most intriguing things, and now it's been a couple of weeks since I've now finished the book. I'm going to talk about it some other time, but it really is probably, it's the best trading book I've written because, I didn't write it. I wish I would have wrote it. It's the best trading book that I've read. And the reason, because what I really learned the most about it is dividing that brain up into the 2 separate parts, the logical part and then the Chimp part. And we need a balance between the 2. But what we need to understand is, who is it at this particular time that's controlling our emotion, okay? So like, for example, when it relates to trading stocks, when you take a loss, we always talk about revenge trading. I think I just mentioned it a little bit ago. But a good example of that is revenge trading. The first thing is you take a loss on a stock. Now, logic tells you that if this was part of your plan, and it was a stock you didn't chase, and you executed it to perfection, and it was something that you normally do that works out and it didn't, then you shouldn't be upset about that. I mean, you shouldn't get upset about something that's most likely to happen in your career, which is if you choose to trade, you will have losses. So if you take something that's part of your plan, you executed it well, like you said in your plan, and you lose, you should not be upset, because that is going to happen. It won't be the first time and it won't be the last time. And if you span 10, 20 years as a trading career, you're going to have thousands of those. Logic tells you that. However, sometimes that chimp comes back into the brain and starts fighting that logic, and it starts to make you feel stupid. Because again, the natural human element is, I don't want to lose. If you and I sat down and we played checkers, if we act goofy, we're still, one of us we really want to win. We're not going to throw the game for shits and giggles. We're going to try to win, because that's what we do. If we shoot hoops, I don't even shoot hoops, but if we shoot hoops, I'm going to try to win, because that's what I want to do. I always want to win in every scenario. You're the same way, okay? So sometimes that chimp gets too strong and says, I want to win, I want to win, I want to get my money back. Then you go and you take that revenge trade. And we say it's a revenge trade because most likely in 99% of the situations, that trade isn't part of your plan. That's not a strategy that you're familiar with. It's just a guess. But you want it because you feel you need it. Your chimp is telling you that you need it. And then you go for it because that's your natural instinct, right? And you need those survival instincts. That's what keeps us alive sometimes. You need to have a balance, though. But that's what a revenge trade is. That's that part that fires off. And then that will really create anger. So that's kind of one of the things I learned. It's like, who's really speaking? So when a situation happens like that and you start to get upset or you start to lose your composure, you realize that the balance between logic and chimp, you're getting too much. You have to have a nice balance. Same way with, you get too much logic, you don't have enough chimp. You don't have enough spontaneity. You don't have enough thinking on your feet, that kind of stuff. So no, I don't know any other. Did I just start ranting or something? No, I don't have any other book. I'll put the books up here I recommend, but I'm glad that you guys like the book. And if this is the first time you're hearing it, you must read this book. I think it will have instant results into your trading. And I think by far the best thing that I've read. And I don't read, so if I actually read something, that tells you how good it is. So let's move on to the last question. All right, last question. If the market always goes up and keeps going up, why do traders bother to short sell? Could there, spelled with the E-I-R, be anything dumber than short selling stocks in bull markets? It makes no sense to me. Well, my young lad or lad lady, whoever wrote this question, first of all, the stock market doesn't always go up. And stocks don't always go up. They go up and down, okay? So, when you're talking about short selling, there's numerous reasons why somebody would want to short sell. Just because the market's going up doesn't mean there's not short sell opportunities. Now, for example, like I said, stocks go up and they go down. So you can pick any chart. Just think of any ticker, type it in right now, and tell me if you see this thing going up every tick from the beginning of the market open until the very close. Never will you see anything like that. The stock goes up, it pulls back, it bases, it goes up, it pulls back, and so on, okay? So some traders like to capitalize on the upswing. Other traders like to capitalize on the downswing. Some traders, which is most traders, like to have the ability to capture both sides of the premium. So when you think about short selling, knowing how to short sell, number one, gives you the ability to have one more thing in your toolkit as a trader. So now not only can you make money when stocks go up or when the stock is going up, but you can also profit if the stock goes down. So you can play both sides of the trade. Now, a lot of us day traders do that. Sometimes in the morning we're long. Sometimes in the afternoon we're short. Sometimes we're long, short, short, long, long, short, the same stock within the same day. We're just constantly playing it in between the ranges, and you'll see a lot of professionals will do that. The other thing is, as I said, the stock market doesn't always go up. At some point, I don't know how long you have been trading, but if you have not lived through the dot-com, you have not lived through the credit crisis and other severe corrections in the market, you have really yet to discover the true power of what short selling can do. You know, some people will choose to short sell not just for income, but many traders will do it to short sell to protect a certain position, to hedge a certain positions that they have. So the question that I have to say here, or what I need to say is, first of all, short selling is not stupid. Second of all, it's stupid for any trader, period, regardless of what your biases are, not to learn how to short sell. It will pay much more dividends to learn and to know how to do it than it will be not to know. You'll need to know that. If you want to survive, you're going to need to know how to make money and profit on stocks that are going through down cycles, because there will be down cycles. There's certain stocks, take for example right now as I'm doing this, OLED, First Solar. Look at those massive corrections in the AAOI and GoPro in years past. Stocks that went from $100 down to $20. There was massive amounts of money to be made to the downside. And as we all have said throughout our years of trading, that stocks take the staircase up and the elevator down. So stocks normally will go down much faster than they went up. Now, the reason that they do this is because why we do happy hours, it's all based on emotion. And that is fear is a far more powerful emotion than greed. So people have a tendency to panic more in a fearful situation than they do a greedy one, and that's normally what causes stocks to go down. Now let's go back and I want to do this one. Let's say you disagree because you never want to short and you don't think you need to know. Even if you choose, like I've said 1,000 times before, even if you choose never to short a stock for personal, moral, or whatever reasons you want to make up, even if you choose not to, you still need to know how to short. Because one of the most important things to being profitable is knowing who's on the other side of your trade. You need to know that. Who's on the other side of my trade? So when you're long, it would be beneficial to you and you would make more money by knowing where short sellers are, right? That would be beneficial to know where's a short seller. Where would shorts get stopped out and cause my stock to go higher? You know, where would they be? That's going to help you make money. Same way when a short seller knows where longs are. That's how you make more money, right? So to answer this question, it's stupid not to know how to short sell. The market does not always go up. There's stocks that do not always go up. They go up and down throughout the entire day. and then the market won't go up forever. Will there be crashes in the future? Absolutely. Will there be corrections? Absolutely. They will not last forever. The stock markets will make highs over and over again, but you'll need to know, if you want to survive, how to make money in those down times and take the path of least resistance. So anyway, that's going to do it for me on this happy hour. I hope I answered all of your questions there, the best of my ability. As always, if you guys need help with your trading, you know where I'm at. Until the next happy hour, I say thanks for watching this one, and cheers.